I'm using a Duet Wi-Fi here as my source for this breakout board. I think they call it this expansion board. So this is like taking the output from the header here and translate them with those little chips. Those little chips will make the signal 0 to 5 volts instead of minus 3.6 to 3.6, which is considered as a differential logic signal. Now I'm turning them to 0.5 volt, which is conventional single-ended logic signal. So what I have over here, the red is enable, and then I have step and direction. I can't remember what order, but I know that this one here is enable. And then I have one ground for each of these signal. I have a ground that I just simply connected to one ground pin here. So each motor will have its own set of enable step direction going to the motor. Then I have this very sexy power supply, no fan, very quiet, 75 volts. But you could source a 48 or even 24, I believe. They support 24 volt, but it's recommended to go 48 and higher. So this guy is outputting two signals here. So this is the input from AC, either 120 or 240 volts. And this is the output, 75 volt output to each motor. So each motor, if you look at on the back of each motor, you have here this connector at the end is the power 75, and this is the signal, so step direction and enable along with the corresponding grounds. So that's it. Those are only the wires going to this, and there's a port underneath here to plug USB to go and tune, observe, and tweak and play with them. But the entire brain of the servo is in here. And for the wiring, as you asked before, so I did not order, first of all, because I forgot. And second of all, the initial motors that I got didn't have the wiring harnesses. So I had to make my own. Luckily, all documentation from ClearPath does have the part numbers from Molex on which part numbers to order. You just punch this in on DigiKey, and you get this the next day. Some very fine connectors that if you're able to crimp with either something like that or something more simple, you can create your own set of wiring connectors. So all part numbers are into the manual of the servos onto Teknic's website. For the people without Duet board, I am convinced, and I have to verify that these boards will spit out the right 0 to 5 volt signals required for the ClearPath. So the way Vez 3D, my friend, does it for his O drives is simply, instead of hooking up a stepper driver like this, he's simply harvesting the step and direction signal from the pins over here and into Clipper. You just don't set any TMC parameters, because obviously you're not driving any TMC chip, so it's not going to look for the UART, the SPI, all that crap. It's not going to look for it. It's only going to harvest the step direction and enable signal, which each of them have an individual output there. So combine that with a ground, any ground on the board, and I think it's going to be fine. As a matter of fact, I want to try that to make the Duet to work with this, so I'll do that testing too. How cool is that? Silent printing. Now I need to find a way to water cool that hot end.